Hi, Brad here with Twisted Out Brewery. It's been 1 year since our first attempt at a nitro in a can. It was the pumpkin spice latte nitro last year, and we wanted to see, could we get the nitro effect in the can without the use of a widget. So last year we thought that it did okay, but we weren't 100% satisfied with the results. So we've done a total of 5 of these. On each one we've kind of made some changes and we've experimented with it and did some updates in our process that we've done, and I think we've came a long way. So right now what we're going to do for the first time is actually crack last year's and this year's version, and we're going to pour them in the glass. I got a timer here. We're going to set the timer and we're going to see if there's a difference, you know, like how long does the cascading effect last, how long does the head stay there, and what's the flavor difference. So let's check this out. So we're going to do this at the exact same time. 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to keep the same level here. And timer. Already you can see.
This one's done at.
Look how awesome this one's going. Yeah, so that was about
6 seconds.
6 seconds. This one's just now fading about 16 seconds as far as that nitro effect goes, but I was definitely very impressed with how long it hung.
I was really surprised at the difference between the two.
Both of these got a nice creamy cap on it, I will say. And it's hanging there. It's hanging there for a while. I think we've done well with figuring out like how to infuse more nitrogen into the beer. It's been a whole process. We've also tweaked the recipe. We've learned some things too, that it's not all about the forcing nitrogen into solution. There's a lot of other factors that include like proteins and dextrins and how the nitrogen bonds with these things. So we've tweaked the recipe in all these beers that we're doing nitro in, and I think that made a difference as well. But yeah, if you look here, I mean, both heads are
they're pretty close, identical.
Pretty close. It's been 2 minutes now, so I think we go ahead.
This might be a little bit creamier looking. This it has bigger bubbles, but
oh yeah, you're right. This one's a little tighter.
Yeah,
the bubbles are a little tighter. Might have had a little additional CO2. So with a nitro beer, it's not 100% nitrogen. There is a little bit of CO2 in there, and that's one of the biggest challenges, is balancing that.
Right.
How much CO2 do you put to blend with the nitrogen? And all nitrogen beers have some level of CO2 in there, or else it would be completely flat. And I remember the first version of Stout we did, and we tried this with it, and it came out tasting pretty flat.
It was very flat.
So I think that was the dark stout that we did.
Stout, yes.
So then we modified it and we actually added a little bit of additional CO2 to the blend, and it made a world of difference.
It really did.
We are going to do another video, and we're going to talk about how we're actually doing this, like how we're infusing everything and all the little tricks we've learned and all the secrets we've learned. And we're going to do another video of that, possibly on the canning line too, when we're canning it. So if you like this video and you enjoy it, go ahead and please subscribe, hit that like button, and make sure that when these next videos come out that you'll be the first one to know. Oh, that's delicious. All right, we'll trade these up.
Oh, definitely more. The creaminess is definite on this one.
Yeah. Well, we also tweaked this recipe a little bit.
Yes, we did.
So this is a hard comparison as far as flavor back and forth, and you can definitely taste the age on this.
You can, yes.
You know, it's starting to age. I mean, we used real pumpkin in there. Usually with the fruit beers, they don't age as well as the other beers. All right, so we just did our pumpkin spice latte comparison last year to this year. So we wanted to break out all these other beers. We saved one per batch just to do this comparison, this video. This was actually batch 2. This was our vanilla bean cappuccino. Batch 3, we did the dark stout. What we were doing is we were trying to figure out our new Gudge recipe on nitro. So instead of messing with this right away, we did a different batch just to experiment with the nitrogen process, tweaking the recipe and stuff like that. And then finally, we moved on from what we learned from this and we tweaked our Gudge recipe, really dialed it in too. I think it's really good.
It is.
So we're going to do the same thing that we did before, except I'm going to try and crack 2 at the same time, and as soon as we lift up, I'm going to hit the timer. Let's just see what happens. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, this one took off.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh my God. That is crazy. Start. Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely blowing my mind. That is
but
incredible.
You can actually see though just now, boom. So this one did end earlier. I forgot to look at the time on that, but we were about 15 seconds, which was about normal from the last one. And then this one was earlier, probably, I'd say it was probably like 7 seconds or something, like kind of similar to what it was. But look how, I think the heads are bigger on these. Definitely that one.
That was a real surprise.
Oh, you know, there is one more variable, and I forgot.
Oh my gosh, that one had...
This one, we actually put a widget in it. Now, what we did is, though, we cut open a Guinness can, and we stole the widget out of it, and we just dropped it in a can before we filled it. And actually, we did try it. We did it, what, like maybe 6 cans?
Yes.
And we did try this, and at first, when we waited, what, maybe a couple days, didn't seem like it made a difference at all. But this has been in there for a while because to really make a widget work, you need liquid nitrogen doser.
Right.
And we don't have that on our canning machine or capabilities. But I'm wondering though, over time, did it actually charge that widget?
It kind of looks like it did.
So that is like really, I mean, look how thick that is hanging.
Yeah, that's really, really impressive.
And we got to go back, I do have to go back through my notes because there is a chance, maybe we did brew this second and that third.
It could have been. Like I said, look at our notes, but
yeah,
I don't remember.
Interesting. So we'll let that hang for a while. Let's kind of focus on these two. Now this one, okay, the dark stout. I mean, there's really no comparison. These were different beers, totally. But
yeah.
Going from a mouthfeel and a creaminess. It's okay. The roasted note is really hard in this.
It is. That's real heavy.
And I think we experimented. I think we added a little bit of extra roasted malt, or we tried a new roasted malt or something. I think we went all the way up to 600 Lovabond on this, and we were experimenting with it.
It was close to a black patent almost, really.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. World of difference. From the creaminess too. Like, we didn't quite nail that creaminess.
I agree.
On that.
That is much smoother and cleaner than this one, definitely.
Yeah, you get that.
I mean, this is such a heavy roasted malt flavor.
It is. I think what we tried to do, but I'm not 100%, is I think we tried to go a darker roast, but we used less of it. But it still came out more potent than if we used the standard amount of the regular one. So we actually just went back to our normal recipe of this, except we added more dextrin in there, some more proteins and dextrin.
I mean, you can see the different in the color of the head and everything. This is much darker, like almost a brown almost color to a creamy white.
Oh yeah, and actually I think that's where we named it, the dark stout. It was a one-off. It was mainly just for this one little experiment. So look at it still hanging there.
That's amazing.
That is crazy. And I think there's still even a little bit of this left. Here,
there was some in there.
Look at that. That's crazy. All right, I'm dying. We got to try this now. Vanilla bean cappuccino.
Oh, the vanilla, and yeah, it's definitely right on the nose. Wow. I mean, the vanilla is like really hardcore on that. It's not overpowering. It's actually very pleasant.
You know the funny thing about vanilla? I swear, as the beer ages and you use vanilla in it, the vanilla gets stronger. I think because we use real vanilla beans, so we actually scrape all those seeds out of there. They're really fine.
These are the ones we got, I believe, from Hawaii.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's the batch you scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were really good. And I think all those little tiny seeds and beans make their way over into the fermenter, and the way it infuses in there. that it lingers for a while and keeps extract. Almost like if you make a vanilla extract and you're adding the vodka, the alcohol in the beer is stripping it out.
It's aged quite well.
It has.
I was really, really impressed.
Actually, you know, this aged way better than that pumpkin spice because there's no fruit in it.
Right.
Seems to be the fruit beers are not staying as long as these. I mean, it's not quite a year, but it's pretty close to a year on that because we did this right after. We were so excited into this Nitro project. We're going to learn it, you know. But overall, I think this whole process, I think we've done really well. And I'm very happy with this year's batch of the pumpkin spice latte. And I think we've got it figured out going widget-less that we've got it pretty good. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, with the widget, it's going to be the most impressive, you know, because you've got that extra liquid nitrogen dose in there, and it's infusing into that widget, and then it releases when you open the can.
Yeah, I was really surprised, but I didn't hear the widget actually release any gas, but I wasn't expecting it.
That's true. And you know, I'm not sure. We'll have to look in our stock to see if we still have one without the widget, because that might be fun too.
Yeah.
To see, like, does it perform the same?
Did it actually do its job?
Yeah, did it do something? Maybe it just might be this beer. We had such a good mix in there. No way.
Without the widget.
Another one?
Let's give this a shot.
Oh. Did we? Yes.
Yeah, see, you have a widget, no widget.
Oh, this is really cool. So now we get to see, did that widget do anything when we put it in there or not?
Yeah, we don't need a timer.
Yeah, well, I'll do it anyway. What the hell?
Ready?
Yep. Automatically, I've seen the difference. Poured hard.
I would say yes.
Because it's splashed all over the place. However, I mean, that's still impressive. Look at that. I don't know, man. I think it's...
No, this is fading faster. This one hung on and it had much deeper head. It was all the way down. I'm wondering if that widget actually worked. That is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, look how it hangs there. That's awesome. And we never got that with that first batch of the pumpkin spice.
Not even close to that.
I think the biggest secret thing that we did was adding additional dextrins and protein. And that's the one thing I learned as doing research was you can't just take a beer and say I'm going to turn it into nitro and just infuse it with nitrogen. Like, it doesn't work like that. It's the way the nitrogen reacts to the ingredients in the beer. So
it holds onto the molecules. And,
yeah. So when you're pouring it hard and you're trying to break that nitrogen out of solution, and then it's grabbing a hold and bonding to the proteins, and that's what's giving you that creamy head. So if you don't have enough of that proteins and the dextrin in there, you're not going to get that creaminess that you normally get.
That is really cool. I'm happy that I found that, and it's like there is a big difference.
Yeah. So let's see now. Is there any flavor difference? Go ahead. You take the first taste since you found it. What do you think?
I don't know. They're very close, but the head did dissipate faster than the one that we actually had the widget in.
It is very close. I kind of detect a little something different, but is it because this one's fresh? Like we just poured it, now you're getting all that thick creamy cap there. But it was like pretty cool though, pretty impressive to see that in there.
Yeah.
See, get a little widget bouncing around in there. Wow, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Wonder what else is hiding in that fridge back there.
I don't know, I'll go look.
We got like 2 boxes in there. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.